Alright YouTube, what is going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today bringing you another episode of our series XXL Let's Play Berika. So today we have one or two issues which I want to go ahead and resolve, and I've been thinking about it recently, and I think I mentioned it at the end of the last episode or the episode before that. It's nice to see a boat in the harbour actually. It's totally off topic from what I was about to talk about there. But if we jump out postcard mode, the boat's gone. Anyway, so basically the issues that we are having are that we basically run out of areas to build unskilled workers, which is really annoying, first of all. Second of all, we have an issue of traffic, and the traffic issue is being that this road here, even though with the park and ride, that is really reducing people coming in from the city from Spartica, I guess, because if you didn't see last episode, then here we built a park and ride, and this is just basically go ahead and any traffic coming into the city, you go into the park and ride and then you get the bus on from there. That's wonderful, but that doesn't solve our problem because there's still all the people who live in, or work, sorry, in the industrial area who live in here somewhere in our main Berika populace. So for that we need to go ahead and create another park and ride basically. So we're going to go ahead and start off by doing that in this episode. So if we go ahead and close out of that. Now, one other thing to say is that the game engine is starting to struggle even more now as the population gets larger and larger. But we do have a finish line, roughly at about 500,000 people I want to wrap this up. I've scheduled in myself about 8 more episodes, and these episodes are now going to be coming out at a frequency of about every 5 to 6 days I think, so the frequency is really going to drop, but hopefully it means we can get more content into each episode, which I think I'd enjoy. I'm just thinking where we actually want to build the park and ride to have the most effect, I guess you could say. What I'm thinking of doing is I think I'm going to build it in here probably somewhere. So if we go ahead and very quickly close out of that, and then we go into public transport. So we have this park and ride here which we're going to go ahead and build. We're going to build multiple lines, the first one going straight downtown pretty much from the park and ride, making its way down to here. I always make that joke for some reason. And then just have you stop there, and then you are literally just going to return. So it's quite a wee basic line, but hopefully it'll help people out. It's more important going the other way though. It's definitely going to be the big thing. So this bus line coming up here, basically obviously a park and ride, you don't have buses going for housing estates, do you? People drive to the park and ride, and then from there things get a little bit easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by having a bus stop probably about there, have another bus stop about there, then come over this side of the road. Then what we're going to do is we're going to jump into here, jump into there, and then we're just going to have a few bus stops in and around here as well. So we'll start that first bus stop there, another bus stop there, another bus stop there, another one there, and probably about another one there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to relink in there and you're going to return on that route like so. So that is 2 built there. That's not costing us too much. I think they're costing... It's the lines that are actually costing us the most money, but hopefully that's going to have a knock-on effect, and hopefully that's going to help us out, because this has got 4 park and rides things now, and they're already taking up and upkeep a large amount of people onto those buses, so it's not going to see immediate effect as we know, but over time hopefully things will get a little bit better. Along with that, I want to go ahead and change a few things here with our approach to Berika. So as you can see from the aerial view here, we have Spartica over to the right here, and then we have Berika Central, and then we have, I guess, a downtown area. What I want to do is either make a bridge across the bay, or I want to go ahead and make a tunnel across the bay. What I want to do is I want to connect up the airport here. What's going to happen is a bridge is going to continue out this way over to this peninsula here, bounce onto this island over here, and then eventually make its way over here to Spartica. So we have an enclosed bay sort of area. Now to start with, we're going to have to do some terraforming unfortunately, and to do this we're going to go ahead and level out this island, which I'm going to do very quickly. And that is it now flattened out. The reason I wanted to flatten this out was just so we can actually do some building on it. It looks really awful right now, but hopefully in time it will look a little bit better. So now that's done, we can go ahead and start off with building what I want to build. For part of it, I would at least like to try build a tunnel. How easy that is going to be, I don't know, because it's under a water area. So I'm going to very quickly try a few things out. Right, okay, so after a wee bit of playing around, I've managed to get a road in here. Now, this doesn't look very pretty at this end, to be honest, but it does work, and it is going to be a functioning tunnel. So what this tunnel does is it goes from the downtown area. I decided to go ahead and skip out, I guess, the airport and the peninsula here. It connects up to the island. It comes up from this tunnel, you drive along and you drive back down this tunnel, it weaves around and it comes out, it starts out over here. So it's quite a large tunnel. Now the problem is it isn't expressway, it's large avenue, so it has 6 lanes. Now there's going to be a bit of a problem here. I don't know how much traffic this is going to cause, that's the real thing. So we'll have to see how things get on with that, because I've got a feeling that could become a choke point, a really busy road. We can actually see how it's doing. It's doing right now, it's at green status. You can see sort of under the water here, vaguely where the tunnel path is. It's a bit difficult to see actually, but unfortunately we can't get traffic reports based on it being underwater, which is really frustrating. So we're just going to have to sort of judge it by that, how busy the entrances are. So far it's fine. Hopefully that's going to take, that means that some people in Spartica who want to work downtown, they're going to jump on and use that tunnel, which will be a very nice thing to see. So that's the first issue gone ahead and been addressed. As you can see, it's actually taken up a lot of money, that road. This road will be very expensive to maintain. It costs 14,000 a month just for a road, which, I mean, it has got 2 tunnels, so that is understandable. What we're going to do on this island though is we're going to go ahead and build some population basically, and for that I want to create another bridge, which I know this is not in the best location. It's coming through a housing estate, this road, but I want it to have its own sort of bridge that connects basically straight to the mainland without using the tunnel. And then what you're going to do is you're just sort of going to run along here and you're going to join up, and we're going to have like a mega junction, I think, unfortunately, which is not necessarily something I totally want, but it's going to have to happen anyway. Round about there. I want to try not make any more junctions on that road. I think we've managed to achieve that. So there we go. So that is this. It's looking a bit interesting along here actually, but I'm quite happy with it. And then from that, we'll start building housing in here. Now because it's a new island, it's a new everything, it needs new everything, so it needs new services, which we're going to go ahead and start off by building first of all. We'll probably have to build you literally everything actually. So we'll start off an elementary school. We'll build you just a clinic here. I don't really think you deserve a full-on hospital out here. Education we've already sorted out. Security, we'll make a small sheriff's office, and we'll make a small fire station. Now I did think about putting the stadium on this island and having a thing called Stadium Islands, but I decided to go against that for the time being. I don't think we're going to get it on here, to be honest. I still don't know where we're going to put it. We could always go ahead and put it on one of the other outer lying islands, but we'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, so now that's done, let's go ahead and build some housing. So the housing we need to build is mainly unskilled, which is interesting actually. So we're very quickly just going to go ahead and build that. Right, okay, so there we go. So that's a start to this area. It's very interesting. It's just the shape of the island actually. We can't get too much housing in here, but I think we've managed to do good with what we have. It's really helped that we've flattened out the land, and that's why we're going to go ahead and try and make the most out of the land we have here. It's a bit difficult just because the tunnel entrances, they take up quite a bit of space. We can definitely go ahead and work around that and put in a lot of decorations. The next thing I want to go ahead and do is add in some form of leisure activity, like a small football pitch or something, which is not a bad shout. I'd ideally like to put you there, but unfortunately, just because the limitations of the tunnel that I was talking about, we'll go ahead and put you over there actually. That's an interesting location. I just want something a little bit unique, a little bit different, you know. You know what, we're actually going to go for that location, so I don't mind that there at all. Now what I'm going to do in the future when the demand is necessary is we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more detail, I guess, around the outside here, but right now we're going to leave this pretty bare. I can imagine by the end of this episode we'll probably need to go ahead and actually detail it up anyway. But we're going to definitely fill in some, because a lot of this area will not be able to build in, unfortunately. Before we go ahead and do that though, I just want to go ahead and very quickly build some retail. We're going to build some high density, and we're going to build it along this outer side roads here. I don't think, unfortunately, I have room to go ahead and build a retail area like we have been doing. For example, this one here, I just don't have enough junctions. I don't think I have enough room. So we're going to go ahead and just go with the high density, which looks quite smart. I mean, they're basically just like, I guess, shopping malls, or they're like really big superstores. So this one here is a shopping mall. This one over here is a hypermarket. Got another hypermarket. You are a large supermarket, and you are a department store. So it's a variety of different things here. As you can see, up close, they actually do not look too bad. You can definitely tell that's some form of supermarket. Maybe not our shopping centre, I guess you could say. It's not the prettiest. Over here, you could tell these are sort of department stores, especially this one with a large car park. You can tell that's like a supermarket. Anyway, that's that issue addressed, actually, and hopefully that's going to go ahead and help things out in the long run. It looks like we're already getting a demand for skilled housing, which is fine, because I can definitely go ahead and accommodate that. That is for sure. So with that done, let's jump into Omni Clark, because we've actually not done that this episode, which is a wee bit surprising, knowing me. Some extra fuel tokens to sell there, which is nice. Our freight capacity, which I have acknowledged, is getting close to filling up. Manufacturing still needs to get sorted out. Food industry is teetering a little bit. It is probably time to go ahead and build some more farms. That's what I'm definitely thinking. And heavy industry needs more people as well, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to jump back up over here. We really don't have too much room to do much more building in this area, which kind of annoys me, but we have some room, so we might as well go ahead and maximize that on the bottom. Future wise, I think we're going to have to start building up this peninsula a little bit more. Or we could actually go ahead and build bigger buildings. That's what I'm thinking. So, if you remember back, if you have seen last episode, we basically built a lot of these which increase production in certain industries. I think that's maybe a very good idea to just see what other ones we have. We didn't build them all, but we built a fair few. So if we go into industry, offices, exceptional, we have 20% electricity, 20% heavy industry is a good one actually. So we can go ahead and put that in. Not any of these places, unfortunately. We're going to go ahead and put you in there, and this allows me to start to detail up some of this place a little bit more as well. Got a waste treatment one, we've got a food one as well. Bar that, the rest of them seem locked right now, which is kind of frustrating. You just need more industry, unfortunately, to go ahead and unlock them, and right now, I guess we're not quite at that stage. So food industry and waste treatment. Waste is surprisingly doing very well right now, actually. If we very quickly just go ahead and check. Right now we're selling waste tokens, which is a major surprise, but as you can see our profit margin is just dropping quite a bit now, just due to all these buildings, but I do think that very, very beneficial, that is for sure. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to start to work towards my end product of the city. We don't have too much left to go ahead and do. I say that, but it's still a lot of work, but the goals, there's only a few goals really left of this. So what I'm going to do is very quickly just go ahead and decorate some of this up here. So we're just going to add in, like, for example, an electric bike dealer and stuff like that right in the city here. Now with that done, I'm happy we've got 2 extra green buildings in there. We're just going to go ahead and make these like marketplaces and urban plazas, because this is what I think you'd realistically have in the downtown area sort of thing, you know. And it also increases just the happiness. As you can see here, the white sphere of influence, that really does help things out. And it makes people in general just a little bit more happier. It increases the quality of life, which is a good thing to see. So with all that done so far in this episode, there's not really too much I want to achieve left in this series. There's only a few, I guess, necessarily aims I'm aiming for, however it is going to take a long time to implement. So So originally going back to the start of the city, we wanted to have a nice population core in the middle of the city. I think that has been achieved here, as you can see. Our island now is doing quite well over there. I like how that's high rise, I really do like that. We've got that, so we've also got our, I guess, our better island for the better people, the executives and elites. Again, I don't like to classify people into groups, but in general that's what they are. They are better off people, they have their own island, they have better housing, that sort of stuff. That looks really, really nice. We come down to the office district and is not quite what I want it to be, because we've just not got the general population to support it. And it's also not very high rise, and that's what I want to achieve. I want to have this like we have, I guess, over there. We have in the distance Berika, nice high buildings, that sort of stuff. So what we're going to go ahead and do is in the next few episodes work towards basically just filling this area up. Now I could go ahead and just literally spam down buildings, but I'm not going to do that because we've done that before, and as we know, the implications can really last a long time, and we don't quite want to do that. So if we come into offices, for me to have lots of skyscrapers, I'm going to need 500,000 people in my city, which is a lot of people. But we're actually going to work towards that, which is very strange, because right now we've got a lot of offices. As you can see, the offices are, I think, mainly medium density. There might be a few low density, but I'm pretty sure they're all medium density, as you can see there. So what I want to go ahead and do is, if we build the population from where it is now, about 300,000-ish, up to 500,000, the time we do that, we go ahead and basically maximize. We'll end up filling out this area because this will create all the jobs for the other people, and then we'll be able to go ahead and upgrade that to the high density, and that'll be us pretty much done the series. That's my aim anyway. We also need to do one or two other stuff like build a stadium, another stadium, I guess you could say. We also might tap into another international airport or a freight port, something along those lines, but that's what I'm aiming for in the long run. So what I'm going to do now actually is I'm going to go ahead and build more housing for the time being to support the new offices, which I'm actually going to start off by building offices. We're going to build some more offices. We're not going to build lots and lots for the time being though. I think it's a good idea just to get the ball rolling, and then we can go ahead and after that we can start doing a lot more building, because I do want to fill this whole area up. Now realistically we can probably get a lot more tiles in here, probably close to at least 50 office tiles in here I reckon. Each block of these is 20, so I can probably get about 100 actually. I take that back, I can probably get about 100 more offices in here, and that's going to provide a lot of jobs, which we definitely need to go ahead and start off by supporting. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and start to, I guess, upgrade a lot of the housing around here, and basically just try to support a larger population. So very quickly, as you can see here, this is all low density, medium density. I'm going to very quickly just go ahead and update this all to high density. And with that area upgraded now, as you can see, it's looking much better. I think it fits in much more with the city. So as I said, we're getting very close to our goal now. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to wrap this episode up here for today. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and start a new town, interestingly actually. We need to name that island as well. I think I'm going to name it Shetland Islands. Now Shetland is an archipelago which is part of Scotland, the United Kingdom. It is it's like the most northern point of the UK technically, and it's not on the mainland, it's an archipelago, which is a group of islands, which originally actually was part of Norway for a while, way back in like Viking times. Anyway, we're not talking about that right now. But basically, I think this is going to be called Shetland Island. Again, we need to go ahead and add to it as we continue to build more population, just so we can go ahead and support things. We're going to start off a new town on this peninsula over here in the next episode. That is what we're going to do, and that's going to be for elites and executives, because unfortunately TP is, as you can see, pretty much full. We've got some more area down here at the bottom to fill up, but bar that, we are pretty much done. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed watching this episode of Berika. My name is ConflctNerd Callum, and I'm out.